Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We have made it to the penultimate Premier League game now, and a win against Bournemouth should, in theory, secure our Europa Conference League spot. We cannot finish in the Europa League because we are now 8 points away. It's too far. So we can only get to the EC2, the Europa Conference League. Whatever it's actually called in this, I'm not actually too sure. Euro Cup 2, okay. A win against Bournemouth is required, effectively, because Brighton have 3 games left. A game in hand over us. West Ham have 2 games left. If we lose either of our final 2 games, and West Ham win both, they go above us regardless. If Brighton win 2 of their 3 games, they go above us regardless. And they've got an extra game in hand regardless, so they could win all 3, and regardless of what we do, that's it, we lose the spot. So we need to make some changes, because recent form has not been great. As you can see here, defeat, defeat, draw, draw, defeat. We need to change this up. I haven't actually picked the team yet, because I've only just reopened the game. I just noticed you're not actually in the correct one, you're meant to be on support. We need to go to this, the attacking 4-2-3-1. And we're going to bring Tuanzebe off for Roberto Lopez. We're not going to put Tuanzebe on for Clark. We're going to leave the defence as it is, because I think they actually work quite well together. But we need to make sure we have a strong attacking front to push up against the opposition. As you can see, we are running very low on players. This 18 plus the Shambles are the only ones that are actually going to be here next season who are actually at the club currently. So we're going to look hopefully to get at least a 1-0 win from this game. We are the only game that's playing concurrently. I think all the other games have been played for the day, meaning that we will know whether or not we have a good opportunity for qualification following this game when the match is over. We're going to hand over to the assistant manager for the second part of the team talk, and we're going to just hope that we can actually get a few goals in this game. Bournemouth, though, do start off with a free kick out wide, finding Daniel James. Tackled well by Jovanovski, but pulls it into the middle regardless. Now Cook plays it out to the right wing, finding Carvial. Carvial gets it past Glazen, and then De La Feu cross, just put wide by Poulsen, I believe from a deflection from either Eduardo or Clark. De La Feu, though, with a corner kick, swings it in, headed away well by Eduardo, who will not be in the Cardiff game, because he is in the Brazilian Under-20s World Cup squad, and as a result will not play for us next game. So we will have Tuanzebe and Clark playing alongside one another for the Cardiff match, because they're the only 2 centre-backs we have left, quite literally. Salah Ad-Din and Naldino are both left-backs, and Anil Erdogan is a right-back, so we don't have any other choices. Kelvin throws the ball in, Barry the header, but Doyle picks it up and then loses out to Bournemouth. James picks the ball up for Bournemouth, runs it clear, gets to the edge of our box, holds the ball up, then shoots wide of the post. We need to be doing better. We've had 1 shot to Bournemouth's 4, but we have been controlling possession. These numbers do not match up. If we've been having 60% possession, we need to be having 60% of the shots, not 0.6% or 1/6. You know what I mean. Carvial plays the ball, loses out to Glazen, plays back to Roberto Lopez, and Sahajovic over the top looking for Barry, finds him, gets to the edge of the box, holds the ball up. Actually, no, doesn't. He runs it into the middle, shoots 3 times, and somehow the ball ends up in the back of the net. I'm not exactly sure how, but the ball bobbling around did mean the ball ended up in the net due to some rather questionable defending from the Bournemouth team. Now, personally, I would have rathered Barry had waited for support to arrive in the form of Jovanovski to his left, but he decided he didn't need him and went on his own to score a goal, which he did. He scored a goal. Well done. Ramos now plays it over the top. De La Feu holds the ball and actually loses out to Glazen, who plays it into the middle to Roberto Lopez again. Roberto Lopez holding the ball up, plays it back to Doyle, who plays it over the top, finding Glazen inside the Bournemouth box. Tries a cross, but it's headed away by the Bournemouth defence. Cook over the top, finding Mejbri, or Mabry, something like that. Not too sure. But Winks plays it back to Cook. Cook now forward, finding Poulsen. Poulsen's shot hits the crossbar and is then cleared by Clark. That Yusuf Poulsen needs to come off the field, either by us injuring him or him getting himself sent off, because he is too dangerous at the minute. Winks now with the ball, runs it forward, has a shot as well at the post. Doyle should have done a lot better there. He really made a mistake that could have definitely cost us 3 points in this match. As you can see, there's a huge disparity between the top 6 and the rest of the league, as the top 6 all have over 25 goal difference. And then you get Millwall, as in us, who sit just behind them on barely a positive goal difference score. There is a clear disparity between us. I'm just going to say things are going well, but you're capable of better. I have made a change of Roberto Lopez coming off because he's not playing well and we need our attacking players to be as good as possible. But as you can see, 25, 32, 38, 47, 49, 50, all above 25 goal difference. There is not a single team remaining in this division with above 10 goal difference. That is the disparity between the two sets of teams. I mean, for Christ's sake, West Ham have the highest with 6, that is atrocious if you ask me, comparing what the top 6 have been capable of and the rest of the Football League. Zahajovic now with the ball, runs it forward to the edge of the Bournemouth box, but loses out to Cook, who plays it back, but Glazen nicks the ball in between, and then Louis Barry picks up his second of the game, giving us a 2-0 lead, which is very nice to see. 13th goal of the season for Louis Barry. I believe that's 4 more than he got last season. I think the main reason we scored that was Lewis Cook's mistake, allowing Glazen into the box to play that ball into the Louis Barry's path. And we now lead 2-0 at Dean Court. And yes, it was a safe shot. I do think it is Dean Court. It's not Vitality Stadium, isn't it? Yeah, it's Dean Court. It's not the Vitality Stadium in this game, for whatever reason. Whether it actually still is that in the real world or not, I'm not too sure. I lost interest with the Premier League in 2012, 2011, something like that. Iban Nato very nearly giving us a 3rd goal for the game. But this match would effectively secure our position as a Europa Conference League side, if Brighton do lose at least one match. Doyle now plays it back to Eduardo, finds Kelvin, back through the middle, but it's a poor pass and it literally just bounces off of Doyle. And then Bournemouth are playing the ball around on the edge of our box, but thankfully it is cleared before anything serious did happen. Salisu plays the ball to Cook, back to Salisu. Over the top, looking for, I believe that's Deulofeu, but only finds Zahajovic, who passes the ball back to Turgeman, who gets a clearance, but only as far as Cook. Now forward, finding James on the edge of the box, and that was an atrocious try at a save by Turgeman. He really, really should have done better there. That was one of the worst attempts at a save I have seen all season. It's almost like he tried not to save it. We're going to make another change now, being Jovanovski off for Jonsson. And we're going to have Jonsson play as an inverted winger on that side. For some reason that's normally yellower, but apparently he's now more accomplished in the position. And we're also going to have Kelvin come off for Erdogan. And we're going to passionately say we've got faith in to make a difference. Both of them motivated, perfect. Now hopefully in the last 10 minutes we do not lose the 2-0 lead that we had and end this match with a draw, or even worse, a defeat. Ask them to be creative for the last 5 minutes of this half, knowing full well that one mistake could see us draw this match. corner kick for Bournemouth, and there's the mistake that leads us to not winning this match. That is a terrible, terrible defence of a corner kick. And if I'm honest with you, we don't deserve to win if we're going to defend like that. We seriously do not. And with 2 minutes left, I've tried to put it on very attacking, but as anyone who has played this game at any point will know, once you go very attacking, there is not a single highlight left to be played in this match. And we end up drawing 2-2. And I'm going to be aggressive, and I'm saying I expect them all in training, because we were 2-0 up. We should not have drawn that game 2-2. And now we only sit 2 points ahead of Brighton, knowing full well that despite the fact they have 3 top 6 teams left to play against, I can't see us qualifying if they win any of their games. I will praise Barry for what he managed to pull off in their game, but it was a terrible, terrible performance. Apparently, Rafa Benitez is looking over Tommy Doyle and Louis Barry for a possible position in the England squad. Which is nice. There's no, oh, there is here. There's no match report. Yeah, we should never, ever have drawn that game 2-2. But it's Football Manager. So what are you going to do? Happens almost every time. But before we play our Cardiff game, obviously, separate video. So until then, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.